Hi, we're going in this vlog to review this SUV, the BMW X2, which I got in 2019. I have driven this beautiful SUV for 3 years and I could gather a very interesting experience which I would like to share with you. So we are going to talk about the configuration of the car, the top speed which can be reached, and see what it is like to drive the car in daily life. At the end I will mention some observations and give a short summary. So let's start. Configuration this car has. It is the M Sport model with the Sport package inside, which includes the aerodynamic features which give the X2 this sporty and fierce look. It is nothing but beauty. Besides that, the M suspension system is included, which has the effect that the car is a little bit lower than usual, which contributes to its sporty look and gives a more dynamic driving feeling. On the outside we have also the 19-inch tires of Pirelli. They haven't been flat a single time in the past 3 years, and they would allow you to drive up to 80 kilometers if they were to be flat. This car has also the X-Drive system inside, which means it is an all-wheel drive vehicle. In the interior, this M and Sport Constellation include these very neat Sport Dakota leather seats which can be heated. Besides that, we have the M Sport steering wheel. On it we have the different buttons to control the entertainment system and also those ones of the cruise control. For example, to fix the car speed or limit the maximum speed which you can reach. Furthermore, this X2 is equipped with a sound system of Harman Kardon, which includes 12 speakers and an amplifier of 360 watts. On the back seat we have enough place for 2 adults with an option for a child in the middle. It is to be mentioned that this car has a Navigation Plus system, a head-up display and a reverse camera. It was a great experience at BMW 3 years ago, and I would recommend it very warmly for anyone who can afford it. Now I'm driving towards Stuttgart on the 8th from Munich, so let's see what top speed we can achieve tonight. The first thing to do was to switch to sport mode in order to make the full engine power available, and then on the right section of the highway to start the speed acceleration. When in sport mode, the car gets very sensitive when you put your foot on the accelerator. You feel the power and will of it to speed up. It looks and feels very much like a cheetah on the chase. Yet one has to remember that this pleasure will remarkably increase the fuel consumption. That goes without saying. So, after some attempts, the right highway section combined with a free left track has been found. It is more challenging to speed up at night because of the limited visibility. While fully concentrated in the final seconds, the top speed of 234 km per hour has been reached. This tops the official top speed of 224, which is very common for BMW cars. It's very satisfying after a hard day of work to see the beautiful X2 in the garage waiting to drive you home. I often used to drive at the constant speed of 50 km per hour and relax while enjoying my favorite music. While doing your trips in the nature, the X2 is a good option when it comes to a terrain free of heavy dust and big stones. To further experience, test and challenge the X2, I was on a 3-day trip in which I drove about 2,700 km. At first I was in Switzerland, Lucerne, and in the mountains, drove to Budapest, and from there I made my journey back to Germany. Driving the X2 on vacation is a great pleasure, and you can see and be seen through it. The comfort of the cockpit and the interior in general, including the sound system, give you a unique driving experience in all weather conditions. With my mobile internet flat rate, the X2 has been a great entertainer throughout the European Union, letting me to enjoy YouTube, music, and the various internet services. While I was driving into the mountains upwards, it was very interesting to see how the X2 was behaving. All the way upwards, I was able to speed up, yet the acceleration was indeed slower than on flat streets. So if you have a family and you like to drive into the mountains, every PS that you can add while configuring your car will ease your driving upwards and make it less time consuming. While driving for such long distances, you tend to lean your left arm on the armrest. This was painful here. So while configuring your new car, be sure to have something softer in this place, if you can. No matter which weather condition is there, the X2 will bring you safely to your destination and offer you always the same safety, stability, and driving experience. The X2 is a car for people who like the sporty feeling, performance, and speed from the house of BMW. It is not just for young people. I have seen on different occasions people at the age of 50 and 60 driving this car. I have driven the X1 with the M badge. It doesn't compare to the sporty driving experience of the X2, which is very understandable when you look at its shape. It is yet to be mentioned that not every X2 will give you the same driving pleasure. An S-Drive model doesn't compare to X-Drive. Don't be offended, for example, a Subaru or a Skoda passes you by while you're accelerating with full power. This is about the PS number. Each and every additional single PS is a plus.